Every time an exorcism movie is made where the younger priest is questioning his faith, Satan gains 1 million more followers. Directed by David Middell and based on the most well-known exorcism that you've never heard of until now, The Ritual follows a priest, played by Dan Stevens, who hosts a possessed young woman at his parish, while a visiting priest, played by Al Pacino, performs nightly exorcisms on her to save her soul. This movie is based on the supposed most well-documented exorcism in American history. And I only say supposed just because I have never heard anybody talk about this before. It doesn't mean other people didn't know about it. It could have just been me not knowing about it. But Emma Schmidt, who is the real life person this was based off of, was rumored to have been possessed through her Aunt Mina, who allegedly cursed her food. She underwent her first exorcism in 1912, but her symptoms continued into her 40th birthday, after which plans were made to undergo exorcism again, this time in 1928, which is when this film adaptation also takes place. It was never fully decided by the Catholic Church if Emma Schmidt was ever really fully rid of her demons. Knowing this going into the movie, obviously I know and am expecting events from the real story to be hyperbolized, dramatized, to make the film more exciting. That's just how these things go. But the deliberate age change of Emma as a character is my last fucking straw this week. This is hardly the first movie to intentionally make the object of possession a pretty young woman or a little girl, and it definitely won't be the last. But what rubs me the wrong way is that it feels like I can't think of any reasoning other than this is a deliberate change in the woman's age. And I couldn't find many interviews from the director, you know, because I was kind of hoping for at least like a bullshit explanation as to why they changed the age of Emma in the movie. But I know that the real answer is misogyny, whether it was intentional or not. In society standards, women over 40 are useless. They're essentially geriatric. They're probably premenopausal or menopausal, so their use to a patriarchal society is gone. So no one will be compelled to see a 40-something woman's life saved. But if we make her 20-something, audiences want her to survive because she's got her whole life in front of her. And to be clear, what we mean by her whole life is the next like 15 years or so where society will deem her fuckable, because that's what's important. It's just so fucking tiring to see these possession movies where the afflicted is a young woman because it's blatant sexism. Women are still seen as the weaker gender, both physically and emotionally, and we are a lot more penetratable in the eyes of society. And I'm not saying that to be crass, but most like possession exorcism movies have a sexual edge to them, which invites allegories for sexual abuse or sexual assault. The closest thing I could find to an explanation or just something from the director was an interview with The Hollywood News, and the director David Middell said one of his desired outcomes for audiences seeing this movie is the responsibility we felt to do justice to these real people is what we hope audiences take away from it. That's a direct quote, and I'll let y'all sit with that one. He also mentioned, quote, "In many ways this is a female-centric story," in that same interview. Well, in regards to the character of Emma Schmidt, I felt like that was kind of a flop. The only thing that really sets this possession movie apart from the others is that this one takes place in a convent, so there are many women who are assisting with the exorcism. And I did have a little hope in one scene in particular where the Reverend Mother kind of tells off Father Steiger. He calls out the sexism of the Catholic Church, saying she's served under many men who are not as smart as her. And not gonna lie, she kind of ate up the Catholic Church with that one, because we all know if the Catholic Church let women lead, things would be much different. Unfortunately, the rest of the movie, the sisters are just there to show their quiet resilience and strength against the evil they are witnessing. And of course, as you would expect, they are there to occasionally be brutalized by the possessed woman. And honestly, I would love to see a possession movie where the nuns really step up and get shit done. I would love to see that happen at some point. But the main story still is about these two men, our two priests. Father Theophilus, who is the more experienced priest. Oh, oops, sorry, wrong movie. who acts as a foil to Father Steiger, who is having questions about his faith. Damn it, wait, that's not it either. But through this experience, Father Steiger is able to find the strength within his faith and save the afflicted woman. Oh, fuck, I did it again. Every time an exorcism movie is made where the younger priest is questioning his faith, Satan gains 1 million more followers. This movie unfortunately brought nothing new to the table when it comes to possession/exorcism movies. It skirts around something different with the convent setting, but nothing really lands. And I think that's just because unfortunately women don't have power within the Catholic Church, so you'd really have to go to like fantastical lengths to kind of make something different. One thing that was really kind of interesting in this movie, but unfortunately not in the best way, at least for me, was the handheld camera work through the entirety of this movie. Like, and I mean, it was used start to finish. It just didn't work for me. I was noticing it throughout the movie to the point where it just felt weird. So like not many movies want to intentionally have audiences notice things like that because it kind of ruins the immersion. And sure, the handheld camera work can make things feel more realistic, like we're there in every single scene, but something about its use just felt jarring. I thought the performances were good. Everyone did what they could with the material, and I can't be sure, but it just might be because I think Dan Stevens is just inherently a funny dude. There are a few moments where his character's reactions to things were sending me. His character just felt like exasperated in a really funny way. It felt unintentional. It could just be me. It could just be my perception of this actor. But yeah, so overall, I know it sounds like I hated it. It was not good, but I feel more like it was just mediocre. Like, I've seen worse movies. I don't think it necessarily was doing overall harm to anything, except what I can only guess is a deliberate age change that annoyed the fuck out of me. But this is like a forgettable exorcism movie. It's like we're gonna forget about it by the end of the summer. If you've seen The Ritual, I would love to hear what you thought about it in the comments. As of me making this video, it still has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes for the critic score, which is, I don't know if I've seen that before. I don't know that the movie was that bad. I think it was just unremarkable. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what horror movies you're most excited for this summer. I will see you later this week with a fun, witchy kind of video. Until then, stay strange. Bye.